Hey, and welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be talking about AFH, Atlas Financial Holdings. It trades on Nasdaq, and I want to mention it here today since there was a massive influx of volume, and I would like to take a look into this ticker and give my due diligence on it. So this company here is very similar in terms of the sector for IDEX. So far, it's been very good prediction for at least the next day for IDEX. IDEX has run today, but not as much as this stock has run already. So let's take a quick look. Now, I omitted the last day just to make sure that we're trying to see what should have been the next step and what has happened, so we can get a bit of an idea on whether this is an actual legit movement or is it more of a hype action that is happening. So taking a quick look into the movement that we've been having, it's basically was oscillating somewhere between 0.305 and 0.550 for the last 3 months. Now, if we were to look into the 6 months period, we get to see that it has seen 0.870, which would be considered your basically resistance. Your 200 SMA, which is over here, is trading somewhere around around 0.50. Above the 200 SMA, above the simple moving average of 200 days, I tend to see it that the stock becomes more expensive or a bit more dangerous to get on top. Now, looking into the different lines here, we can see that they both have touched. Now, it's actually that the 10 SMA is lower than the 30 EMA, but that's fine. It's closer enough, and usually you need to look into what the last day action has happened. So that's basically a prime for a breakout. Reversals tend to happen at that point. Now, in terms of looking at the average directional index, it's started to tend to form basically a movement. So everything here looks alright to me. There was a massive increase in unbalance. But then we go on to the last day here, and we see a massive jump. Now I'm going to decrease the steps here to 1 month, 1 day. Okay, that gone to 1 month, 30 minutes. That's fine. Do this again. Yep. So you can see here that there's a massive increase that has happened. So this massive increase, it's very important to highlight what's happening as well in terms of after hours. So I'm basically doing this on the 17th of June, recording this video around 4:46. So I'm able to see a little bit of action to what has happened in the after hours. So looking to the 1 month, 1 day, you can see that there's a massive increase that has happened here on the last day. And I would like to highlight that. Now, in terms of different averages, everything still looks almost exactly the same as the day before. Now, this is because there was a correction, but there's one thing that I want to refer to is the volume. The volume has seen around 600% increase into the volume, and that's quite dangerous when we're looking into a stock. What do you expect when you see a 600 times volume is a little bit of an inflation in the price that might come down very quickly, especially since it's going above the 200 SMA. Now, looking into the last 5 days, 5 day, 1 day, you get to see that the graph really starts to look a little bit rough. Now, pulling it a little bit back, try to see. So basically, it was tending to go into an upward direction. Now, this upward direction seems to have broken out quite a bit, going to up to 245, which is double than what we're seeing right now. Actually, a little bit more than double. So it went 200%. So one thing I want to do is I want to look into the 5 days, perhaps 1 hour signal, try to see what happened. So you can get to see that the MACD has quite decreased after reaching its height. Now, one or two things we can see is whether the stock receives this pullback. A lot of people thinking, oh, amazing, I'm just going to invest in here, I'm going to double my money, and then you see an influx of people going backwards. It might happen with lower volume, and that's fine. You can see that the unbalanced volume here is fine because there was a bit of pumping and dumping, so it's fine. At this stage, I would say it's more of a good balance. But one thing to look at here is that right now, it is under the VWAP. So the red line is the VWAP, and that might be a little bit dangerous. But it's getting into the trader action zone, which is between the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA, where reversals are likely in the positive direction. So basically, that could be a next movement. Now, in terms of supports and resistance, it's a little bit hard to decide what the next support is. But previous on the 6 months data, the current support is sitting at 0.87. So that's a bit dangerous when you have to look into stock like this. So the next step would be basically trying to figure out what are the buy-in walls that can prevent the stock from tumbling very quickly. So you need level 2 data for this during the day. So for something like this that has run quite a bit, now 235% already, I myself would not touch it. So I would wait for a pullback that would at least go back to the support. If I'm considering buying it, I would at least consider for support. But here's the catch. This is a hot sector. It's working on the hype of IDEX. Looking on their website, they have large similarity with IDEX, working with cars, dealerships, and taxis and services. And they had a news this morning about a successful closing of a sale for an insurance company. So that's a plus, but I really doubt that that's exactly why it was running just alone. It was also the catalyst of another sector, stock in the sector running. So it's more of a dangerous level. Let's take a quick look finally into the 1 day 30-minute. And you will see that the MACD here, just once it loads, it is tending to see more of a reversal. So that reversal is going into the negative direction. That might be a bit of a red flag. But again, you're almost getting, you had a bunch of a pullback and you might see a little bit of green in the morning. So what you want to look at is two things in the morning. Level 2 data. Wait for a further pullback before you invest in this. I myself, I find the market to be a little bit rough right now. It's basically we're getting 3-4 runners that are green and the rest are trading more a little bit sloppy. So I myself have no full 100% confidence, but this might be a good stock to get if it runs again. So that's a bit of thing. Also, one thing is to find how much hype is around the stock. If IDEX keeps running tomorrow, there's a very high chance that this one runs as well. Thank you and have a good day. Please mention to me what tickers you want me to DD next. Share and subscribe. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment below. I'm usually very active in replying back. Thanks and have a good day.